Hey everyone, and welcome to my channel, Not Your Average Joe MN. Today we're taking a trip from the land of 10,000 lakes all the way down to the happiest place on earth. That's right, we're conquering Disney World on a budget. Have you ever dreamed of taking your family on a magical Disney vacation? Let's be honest, Disney isn't exactly known for being cheap. Hold on a minute, don't click away just yet. There's a way to make Disney dream a reality without breaking the bank. It involves responsible credit card use with travel rewards programs. Now, before we get any further, let me be upfront. This strategy requires being super responsible with credit cards. If you struggle with credit card debt in the past, this will not be a good approach for you. Growing up, I saw firsthand how credit cards could get people into trouble, so I avoided them for years, sticking to a measly 1 to 2% cashback card because I was afraid. Talk about missing out. Then I learned about travel rewards programs and those sweet sign-up bonuses that could earn you way more than measly 1 or 2%. Admittedly, I was hesitant at first, but two things convinced me to give it a shot. First, I had a proven track record of responsible credit card use already built up throughout the years. Second, this idea of using credit cards in this manner came from someone I trusted, someone who had consistently given me good advice already. Spoiler alert, it worked. In the rest of this video, I'll be sharing my step-by-step guide on how I leverage travel rewards to take my family of 4 on an incredible Disney vacation using points for like 90% of the expenses. So buckle up, get ready to take some notes, and join me as we turn that Minnesota to Mickey dream into a budget-friendly reality. Alright, so let's get in the nitty-gritty of how I snagged those magical Disney points. The key weapon in my arsenal, travel rewards cards with welcome bonuses. My first conquest was the Chase Sapphire Preferred card. Back then they were offering a whopping 60,000 points for signing up and meeting their spending requirement, which was around $3,000. Now you might be wondering, what's the catch? Well, there is no real catch, but there is a strategy involved. Credit card companies dangle these points in front of you to get you to use their card. It's a win-win. You get rewarded for trying the card, and they get a new customer. These points can be redeemed for all sorts of things, including travel, but here's the golden rule. Responsible spending is key. I only use the Chase Sapphire Preferred card for everyday purchases my wife and I were already planning to make. Groceries, gas, bills, you name it. The goal here is to rack up points, not go on a spending spree. Remember, if you start buying things you don't need just to hit that minimum spend, it defeats the whole purpose. The strategy is about being smart and strategic. Once we met the spending requirement for my card, it was my wife's turn. She applied for her own Chase Sapphire Preferred card and raked in another 60,000 points by using it for all our regular purchases. With that double dose of points, we were well on our way to a magical Disney vacation, almost entirely on points. Now, the Chase Sapphire Preferred card wasn't just a good deal for the points. It was perfect because of the flexibility it offered with its Chase Ultimate Rewards points. Unlike some rewards programs that lock you into their limited redemption options, Chase points are like travel currency. You can transfer them to a bunch of valuable travel partners. Think airlines like Southwest, United, or hotels like Marriott or Hyatt. These partners are basically programs where you can use your Chase points to grab deals. And the best part, the transfer ratio is a breeze. 1 Chase point equals 1 point in your chosen partner program. This amazing flexibility allowed us to strategically move our points to our existing Marriott and Southwest accounts. More on that later. By strategically using transfers, we slashed our hotel and flight costs for the Disney trip. Stay tuned to see how those savings translated to real magic. Alright, so we got a sweet start with the Chase Sapphire cards, but we needed more points to truly conquer Disney. After that first credit card, it was just a matter of rinse and repeat. We opened a total of 3 additional travel rewards cards each, but 1 card at a time. And just like before, we only used these cards for our usual everyday expenses. Nothing outside the usual, or you're not really getting the points for free. The key here was pacing ourselves. By spreading out the applications, we were able to comfortably meet the spending requirements for each card. In our case, it took about a year altogether. This measured approach paid off big time. We not only racked up a ton of points, but we also scored some valuable free night certificates from these additional cards. Can you imagine what that meant? Flights, park passes, a comfy hotel stay, practically all covered by points. Talk about a dream come true. All right, let's be real here. The whole point strategy wasn't exactly a walk in the park. It took some dedication, about 20 hours spread out over a year. That time included applying for cards, researching flights and hotels to find the best deals, transferring points between programs, and basically learning the travel rewards ropes. But here's the thing, compared to the payoff, that time commitment was a drop in the bucket. Think about it this way. With a standard 2% cashback card, spending $20,000 in a year might get you a measly $400 cash back. By leveraging those sign-up bonuses, we saved a whopping 15 times that amount on our Disney trip. That's right, we saved thousands of dollars on our magical vacation. And let me tell you, those memories are priceless. So now you know the strategy, but let's talk specifics. There are 3 additional travel reward cards we strategically used in 2022 to conquer Disney. First up, the Marriott Bonvoy Boundless credit card. This card showered us with points, perfect for our hotel stay. Plus, it came with a sweet free night award after meeting their minimum spending requirement. Next, we utilized the Capital One Venture credit card. This card offered us flexible travel credits that could be applied towards all sorts of travel expenses. Another win for our Disney adventure. Last but not least, the Southwest Rapid Rewards Plus credit card. This card was our secret weapon for flights. It offered bonus points on Southwest airline purchases, plus a super cool companion pass. Essential for getting the whole family to Disney for nearly free. By strategically using these cards and their unique benefits, we slashed the cost of our dream vacation in a major way. All right, so we've talked about points and cards, but where do we actually stay at Disney? While staying off-site can be cheaper, we decided to splurge a little on Walt Disney World Swan Hotel. There are 2 reasons for this: convenience and perks. Being a Marriott property, we're able to use our hard-earned points to cover our stay. But here's how being on-site really took our Disney experience to the next level. 1. Early theme park entry. We got exclusive access to the park before general admission opened. This meant shorter waits for popular rides. A total game changer. Full disclosure, remember, we went during MEA, an off-peak season, so your experience may vary. 2. Free and easy transportation. The hotel offered complimentary transportation to all Disney parks, eliminating the need to rent a car. No stress, just smooth sailing straight to the magic. Here's a pro tip for Marriott Bonvoy points. To leverage the amazing 5th night free perk, all our points need to be pooled into one account. Luckily, Marriott allows transferring points between members up to 100,000 points a year with a simple phone call to guest services. This strategy helped us to maximize our points and enjoy a comfortable stay right in the heart of the Disney magic. Now let's talk about how we soared to Disney with an amazing deal. We snagged our flights through Southwest Airlines. Remember the Southwest Rapid Rewards Plus credit card I mentioned earlier? That sweet companion pass really paid dividends here. Basically, it allowed my wife and I to get 2 seats for the price of 1, all using points. Southwest charges 39,900 points for each round-trip flight, one for me and one for my son, and another for my wife and my daughter. That's a total of 79,800 points for our entire family's flights. This saved us a ton of money. Alright, so we've covered flights and hotels with points, but how about those Disney park tickets? Here's a strategy to maximize points and savings. We purchased our park passes through an authorized seller called Undercover Tourist. There's a clever reason for this. By purchasing through Undercover Tourist, the charge on our Capital One Venture card would be categorized as travel. This classification is important because our card only offers points for purchases coded under that specific category. This classification is important because our card only allows us to redeem points for purchases coded under that specific category. Unfortunately, the Disney website purchases often don't qualify as travel expenses. By being a savvy shopper and paying attention to rewards categories, we're able to secure park access for our Disney trip using points. Alright, buckle up for some real numbers time. Let's see how travel rewards drastically reduce the cost of our Disney adventure. While the total price tag might shock you at first, that is the power of travel rewards. Start with hotel. The total cost of our hotel stay was $2,160.61. But guess what? We used points to cover that entire cost. Plus, we scored a free night thanks to consecutive stays and those 3 free night certificates we mentioned earlier. Flights. Our flights would have cost a combined $2,218.44. Ouch. But remember, the companion pass from the Southwest card? Thanks to that, we only used 79,800 points for the entire family's round trip of flights. Park passes. Disney park passes can add up quickly, $1,603.94 in our case. But strategically purchasing them through Undercover Tourist, we're able to use points on our Capital One card to erase this purchase from our credit card bill, and thus securing park access using points. So when you add it all up, we used a total of 259,800 points to cover expenses that would have cost us a whopping $5,982.99. Pretty incredible, right? But hopefully now you can see how you could replicate this feat yourself. Alright, listen up before you go crazy about travel rewards. They are amazing, and they definitely helped us score a practically free trip to Disney. But here's the deal. There are a few things to consider. 1. We did use some cash. To maximize our points for other trip expenses, we opted to pay part of the park passes in cash. This is actually the only time we used cash on the entire trip, just a few $100. While technically we could have earned points for the entire cost, we felt like it wouldn't have been the best use of our time and effort. Annual card fees. Don't forget, most travel rewards cards have annual fees. Our cards came with fees that range from $69 to $99 per year. Be sure to factor these fees into the equation when deciding if a card's worth it for you. Prioritizing value. We didn't get hung up on the idea of a completely free trip. Instead, we focused on maximizing value. For example, we packed lunches and snacks from a grocery store to avoid high prices at the park. This balanced approach is what allowed us to have an amazing Disney vacation without going broke. The key takeaway here is to be realistic about travel rewards. They're a fantastic way to save, but responsible planning and budgeting are still essential. Alright folks, we did it. We've reached the end of this journey, and what a journey it's been. By strategically using travel rewards combined with smart planning and responsible credit card use, we were able to take our family on a dream Disney vacation for a fraction of the cost. Let's be honest, it wasn't entirely free, and we had to invest in the time and effort to research, strategize, and manage our points. But the savings we achieved were incredible. This trip is a perfect example of how travel rewards can be a powerful tool to unlock amazing experiences. So if you're ready to start planning your own travel rewards adventure and you found this video helpful, there's a link in the description below for the Chase card I talked about. Clicking this link will take you to a resource that can help you get started. Full disclosure, I will receive a commission if you sign up for a credit card through this link. These commissions will help me keep creating content to empower teachers in their classrooms and with their finances. Remember, and I'm serious about this, responsible credit card use is absolutely essential. Only apply for cards you can comfortably manage, and always prioritize paying your balances in full each month. Travel rewards can be a fantastic tool, but they must be used wisely. Happy travels and happy planning. I can't wait to see where your travel rewards journey takes you. Feel free to comment below.